Today we are talking about the second wave of COVID. As you know, India is witnessing a second wave of COVID-19 this year, and this is phenomenal in the way that we have not imagined in the past. Even 2 months back, we were not aware that such an intensity would be. And the COVID-19 second wave is affecting the bigger metro city in a very big way. The number of cases each day are rising. What it means that overall India is engulfed with the second wave, and it is engulfing not only the medical infrastructure, but also it is making its way to rural areas where there are certain more challenges this time, because not only the underreporting of cases are there, we are not able to do all the tests, and also the treatment, the number of cases which are increasing has overwhelmed our healthcare system. So there are patients waiting to get admitted, there are patients which are already in the hospital waiting to get an ICU bed. So this time really the second wave is very if not dangerous, then enormous. That is what I can tell you, because the number of cases are too high. Vaccination, as you know all, is the only sure-shot method of preventing COVID-19, apart from other social distancing and other preventable measures. But vaccination is the thing which has come this year. Now from 1st May, it's opening for all, means all adult population. And I would request everybody to get vaccinated, because what we have seen this time, the second wave, those who are vaccinated are very less likely to have infection. If they do get infection, it is less likely to be severe. This is what we are seeing also, and it is for sure that those who are vaccinated, even they are infected, they do not land up in ICU. If you see India as a whole, still the cases are going on the higher side only, and it is expected to last for a few months more. Few months could be 2 to 3 months based on our past experience and also on what's happening across the globe. So each wave generally lasts for 2 to 3 months. But there are various factors which has happened in a recent few months, which we feel that it can shorten the plateau, the time to plateau also, because vaccination coverage. Already we have vaccinated a larger population of our age group higher than 65 frontline workers. So these things can contribute to a shorter duration of the second wave. But with the number of cases what we are getting, I think at least 1 or 2 months more we are heading towards upsurge before we hit a plateau. It's not one strain what we are talking about. There are some new strains, be it UK variant or Brazilian variant or the African variant or indigenous Indian variant. But what we know for sure that these virus, the recent one, are more infectious, it spreads more easily, and also it is affecting more children right now, and a larger subgroup of persons in the age group of 35 to 45 are coming with moderate to severe symptoms. So these were the things which were not there last year. So maybe because of vaccination coverage is also the things that we have already vaccinated our elderlies. So now the younger age is coming, that might be a contributing factor. But all said and done, yes, it is more infectious. That is why in a way the cases are more. What I can tell you, there are certain new strains. Certain means it could be 100, it could be 1000 also. So it is very difficult to predict number of strains, and also even if I can count today, maybe after 2 months from now some new strains will always be there, because virus by nature will mutate. This is how they propagate. But yes, there are many strains going around of the original virus, and each has some minor differences. But overall, it is impossible to predict how many strains we are having right now. If you see regarding the symptoms, earlier the classical symptoms last strain was fever, cough and cold. Although still that holds true, but this time the new strains which are coming, slightly different type of symptoms, like children, these were not there earlier, kids coming with diarrhea, stomach pain, and also this year adults, more young population are coming with severe symptoms. And also regarding the treatment strategy, earlier the more weightage was on remdesivir like injection, steroid, anticoagulation, although these holds true, but now everybody feels that maybe there is no magic bullet for COVID except corticosteroid, which have a proven role to decrease the mortality. All other drugs might have some role, but definitely not a major role to play. Nevertheless, standard combination of antiviral agent, which is currently remdesivir, with corticosteroid and also anticoagulations, are the mainstay of treating moderate to severe disease, apart from regular critical care and IV antibiotics and other supportive care, and also in few cases immunomodulatory agent. Because much has been talked about the cytokine storm. So our body itself releases those chemicals which can damage our own organs. To prevent those things, there are certain medications, immunomodulatory agent which has come recently, like tocilizumab, which we have been using earlier also, but other immunomodulatory agents like baricitinib, and there is a NEGM study on that it decreases the severity of the disease who are already in ICU on oxygen or requiring non-invasive ventilation. And also there is a promising treatment in the form of pegylated interferon. So these things are the new drugs in the pipeline, and also there is a oral antiviral drug. We hope that it gets the approval and it comes soon in the market. And also oral variant of remdesivir is also being considered and being circulated in the market soon. So, but all said and done, the best strategy still is to prevent the infection from happening by wearing a mask, maintaining a social distance, and using hand sanitizer. Rather than a treatment, the prevention is the best cure as of now.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.